Number one, rest in peace to my Wednesday morning jiu-jitsu buddy Anthony Bourdain, who again highlights mental health and the importance to have this conversation. And it's something. This is something that I trained to do. I've trained for 2 decades to do, and would have conversations with Tony every Wednesday morning. Alongside Igor Gracie, and you would never know that this is talking about, laughing about jiu-jitsu, laughing about life, talk CNN, talking about ratings, and you would never know. These are things that pop up and they hit you, and they hit you, just can't take it back. So rest in peace to my jiu-jitsu brother.
What an absolute shame that is too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a week ago. It was a week ago. I was on the mat at Henzo Gracie's with this guy.
I don't think anybody knew the impact that he really had. I mean, CNN did some really beautiful
they
stories
didn't
about
stop.
the guy.
Dude's a good dude.
I mean, that I think is the bottom line. And he was quiet. I was supposed to go out to eat with him one time in Vegas with I think Chris was fighting Anderson Silva. It never happened because I was panicking about the fight, and I just didn't want to take the time. But I would run into him, nod, how's it going? More knew his wife, his ex-wife at the time, was a crazy jiu-jitsu player, but a real sweetheart.
He reminds me a lot, and I think I've told you this. He reminds me a lot of you, man. I would sit there, and you know how you and I are, where you don't really suffer fools. We'll have a conversation. It's always about something. It's not ever, hey, how's the weather? There's no bullshit conversations like that. He's like that. It's just straight up. You walk in and say, this is this, and you're 0 to 100 in a second with this guy as far as in-depth conversation.
A big compliment, because that guy
it's huge. It's the relationship I have with you. It's instantly an interesting conversation. It's very rarely about the weather. It's an interesting conversation, and you don't see it coming. So rest in peace to him, and prayers and thoughts to his family.